Good morning. My name is Megan Sedevy, and I'm a registered dietitian here at Fresh Time Farmers Market. For those of you who are new to Fresh Time, you should think of us as the spirit of a weekend's farmers market, except lucky for you, we're open 7 days a week, all year round. We focus on great value-priced, healthy options, and we're really just here to help you on your health and wellness journey, especially this January, keeping those New Year's resolutions. And speaking of New Year's resolutions, that's our topic today. So Happy New Year, it's 2019, and I bet a lot of you are looking for being healthier in the new year, moving more, and having a more balanced lifestyle. Well, today, I'm going to teach you 3 great meal prep tricks to really get you going and keep focused on your New Year's resolutions. We're also here live in our Downers Grove, Illinois store, so I'm very excited. Thanks for tuning in. Of course, if you have questions, make sure you comment at the bottom of the page and we'll get to it during or right after the segment today. So let's get started. So again, we're talking about New Year's resolutions and how to meal prep to keep those goals and accomplishments going throughout the next couple of months. The first thing you want to do is you want to plan. Now, I know planning can be daunting. You have to think of all kinds of things, what's going on this week, do you have different activities, but it doesn't need to be daunting. The first thing I want you to think about is a calendar. Yes, get out those 2019 calendars and plan ahead. Look at your week. Is your week busy with work activities? Maybe your kids have activities. Are you actually going to be home to have your dinners, or are you going to be eating out? Are you going to be able to prep your lunches, or do you have other social gatherings or maybe work commitments where you need to be out and about during your lunchtime? So look at your week and plan ahead. Another great thing to do when you start to meal prep is to look at your fridge, your cupboard, your freezer. Look at everything that you currently have and use those items first. Make sure to look at your cupboard at any of the spice expiration dates. Believe it or not, spices and herbs can actually expire well before we think they can. So just make sure you check the expiration dates, and if they're out of code, go ahead and pitch them and then come on into Fresh Time and get some new ones. So once we figure out all the ingredients we have in the house, then we need to make our actual grocery list, okay? And that's filling in the gaps of all the different items that we really want to have in our menu that week that we don't have in our house. From there, we want to think one more thing, the weather. I know it sounds very strange. Why would you think of the weather when you are actually making your meal plans? Well, it's very simple. Sometimes when it's cold outside, we want hot items, and when it's hot outside, we want cooler items. So if our meals mirror the weather, then we're much more likely to actually eat those meals. So again, just make sure you get that planner and plan ahead. All right, our second tip is going to be variety. Variety is the key. It's not very fun to eat the same thing over and over and over again. In fact, it becomes a little dull, and we're not really challenging our taste buds, and we're not getting the variety of foods to give us all those great nutrients that different colorful items can actually give us. So again, variety is key. One of the main things to do is to think about variety when it comes to fruits and vegetables. What I always say is 3. Make sure you have 3 different colored fruits or vegetables throughout the week and rotate them. So here you'll see I've actually created some roasted vegetables, and they're 3 different colors. We have some roasted radishes, roasted carrots, and roasted Brussels sprouts. The beauty of roasting vegetables that are 3 different colors and 3 different textures and flavors is that you get that nice variety throughout the week. That way you can actually rotate them, every other day, or you can create a medley. One of the other nice things about having roasted vegetables is they're good warm or cold. What I actually like to do is I like to take some of these and put them on my salad. That way it's got a nice texture and flavor, and again, really great variety. Now, one thing to note when you are reheating roasted vegetables, you don't want to put them in the microwave because they get pretty soggy. So you want to actually throw them in a pan on your stove with a little bit of olive oil and saute them for about 2 to 3 minutes just to take that chill off and to recreate that crunch. So if you are going to eat them warm, just make sure that you heat them up in a pan with a little bit of olive oil, 2 to 3 minutes to saute them and really freshen them up. Now, one other thing I wanted to mention about fruits and vegetables is a lot of times some of us aren't really big on eating them. And that's okay. It's all about baby steps. So if you're new to fruits and veggies, or at least eating a variety, the one thing you want to do is you want to start with something familiar or something that you enjoy. So make sure that if you like red potatoes or carrots or maybe even cauliflower, to start there. And then be a scientist. Yes, experiment with your favorite fruits and veggies. Maybe instead of adding butter or cheese, try an infused olive oil, or get excited about your spices and your herbs and try different kind of flavors on your favorite vegetables. Another good way to really start to increase that fruit and veggie consumption is when you actually have picked out whatever fruit or veggie that you're going to be eating, make sure you pair it with some of your favorite foods. So pick a favorite lean protein like chicken or fish. Maybe pick a side like quinoa or potatoes, or something that you really enjoy, because that way it'll make it more memorable and you're more likely to enjoy it. So again, our second step here is the variety. Variety is key. And remember, 3 different colors of fruits and vegetables are really important. Oh, and don't forget that portion size. When it comes to fruits and veggies, try to make half your plate fruits and veggies. All right, our last tip is protein. Don't forget to pick up that protein. Protein is essential. It fills us up. It keeps us full longer. It also is really great to help us maintain our muscles and our tissue in our body. Now, proteins come in a variety of different items. So they come from animal products, so meats, fish, cheeses, eggs. Here you'll see we have some great options here that are really good for grab and go. So again, if you don't have time to be baking and cooking, these are great for grab and go. This is a great albacore tuna, and these are actually hard-boiled eggs ready to go for you. They're great for a breakfast or great for a snack. So you don't always have to be cooking away. You can also have some great items that are already pre-made, ready to go for you. Now, protein comes in plant forms as well. So nuts, seeds, it also comes in nut butters and seed butters. And actually some whole grains do have a good protein content with them as well. So again, it doesn't have to be hard. You can pick some great grab and go plant-based proteins too. These are some pistachios in the shell. The nice thing about getting pistachios in the shell is it takes you a little bit longer to actually get that snack in. So just make sure to take about a handful of pistachio nuts, de-shell them, and then you're ready for a good snack, a nice protein burst to your meals. Now, I wanted to also talk about actual meals to make that include protein. So we're going to start with our sandwich here. Yes, a good old-fashioned sandwich. You can't go wrong with that. So we start with our whole grain bread, and then we add our nice lean protein. So on this particular sandwich here, we have some lean turkey breast, and then what we added were some colorful vegetables. So you'll see there's tomato, there's orange, yellow, and green bell pepper, some lettuce, and then for me, I really like to have a little bit more fat to really fill me up and keep me full for a longer period of time. So I actually use as a condiment hummus instead. So hummus is packed with healthy fats. It also has a lot of fiber and some added protein. So it's really a great condiment to use on your sandwich. Now, you're not going to just have a sandwich for a lunch or a dinner. You want to make sure that you round out that meal with some sides. So some other great options for sides are to grab a fruit or veggie that you enjoy and dip it in more of a protein-based option. So here you'll see we have some baby carrots and some roasted red pepper hummus. Now you can choose any different type of hummus that you would like, whether it's garlic or classic, but it's a really great healthy fat, high fiber, and really packed with protein option to have as a side with your sandwich. Now, if you're like me and you like sweeter things, but you're not trying to have exactly dessert as your side for lunch or dinner, having a nut butter and pairing it with pitted dates is a great option. So I'm going to show you right here. These are medjool dates, and they are really, really sweet, and it's a great kind of better for you type of side for your sandwich because it is sweet, but it is, natural, and it's packed with fiber. Now, one thing I want to note, if you didn't get them pitted, there is a large pit in the middle. So what I always do is I pinch the two sides, pull it nicely open, and if you can see here, there's this nice big pit. Just make sure that you take that out, and then you can actually use your dates and dip it right in the peanut butter. It's a great vessel. They are a little sticky, so just make sure you're able to wash your hands afterwards so you don't get anything all over your keyboard or anything else that you're doing during your lunch or dinner meals. Now, if you don't have time to be packing your nut butters out of your container, the great news is again, there's a lot of grab and go options. So this is a great little perfectly portioned nut butter option that you can throw in your bag, you can throw in your desk, and it's ready to go for a snack or for that side lunch option. So again, you don't always have to be, thinking about meal prepping, a week in advance. Sometimes just having some of these great grab and go pre-prepped items is a lifesaver. Another option that you could have for lunch or for dinner is a mason jar salad. Now, this is a great concept because these can be made days in advance and they'll keep in your fridge for 7 days. So in order to build a mason jar salad, you first start with your dressing. So I chose a balsamic vinegar at the bottom, and I put about 2 tablespoons in the bottom. From there, you want to pack it with more of those crispy, crunchy vegetables. So I chose some bell peppers, some radishes, and some carrots to then be my second layer. The third layer is going to be a little bit more soft vegetables or proteins. So here you could have beans, you could have eggs, you could have cheese. So any of those more softer proteins or softer vegetables. From there, our next layer is your more substantial option. So that could be a lean protein like tuna, salmon, chicken. If you're going more plant-based, you can do more of a brown rice or a quinoa, more of a grain that's still gonna fill you up and has a lot of health benefits. So for me, I decided to do a brown and wild rice blend. And then our last layer is our leafy greens. So you can do a mixture of dark leafy greens, or at least one dark leafy green would be great. So whether it's a spinach or a romaine or arugula, or a mixture of all of the above, make sure they're nice and dark leafy greens because those have the most health benefits that you can get. From there, you just cap it, put it in your fridge, and you're ready to go. Now, the main thing with this is they do have to be refrigerated, so just make sure that you throw it in your lunch bag or in your fridge to make sure that it keeps nice and cold until you're ready to eat it. And again, this will keep for 7 days if it's kept in a refrigerator, nice and cool. So you could prep all of your lunches or all of your dinners for 7 days, which I think is a great time saver. And again, packed with nutrients. And look how pretty it is. It's so colorful. I just love the way this looks. And it's a great portable vessel as well. So those are my tips on how to keep your New Year's resolutions, to keep you balanced, keep you more active, and make sure that you're eating in a healthy manner. We're very excited to be starting 2019 with you. So come on into Fresh Time and check out our Better For You options. One more thing I wanted to mention is we do have a free Crave magazine that has all kinds of great recipes and nutrition tips in there. And in this January-February spread, we specifically have weeknight meals where we've actually created a shopping list for you, and we actually have 5 different great recipes to keep that nice variety and to make sure you get the most out of your meals. So come on in, check it out, and we hope to see you here soon. Have a great weekend. Bye.